Hello, welcome to my life, me, myself, and I. Anyways, I took out some of the faux locks that was in my hair, and I noticed that my locks, my natural locks, are all in the stage that I would like it to be at. It is at the perfect neck level. I just would like it to be thicker. That's why I added the faux locks. So now I've already, my soul was just like, remove it. So I removed it. Now I'm all natural. Yes. But I'm going to make a new project. I have new colors I wanted to show. There's a guy playing the saxophone in the comments. And today I am soaking up as much last of the sunshine as I can because fall is here and it feels so good hitting my face, and it's not gonna set anytime soon, and it's perfect. But yeah, I got black. Oh, this is in collaboration for Halloween because Halloween's coming up. And Halloween, to be honest, aside from my birthday, is one of my favorite holidays. I love Halloween. I love Christmas. I love my birthday. I love like Earth Day. I love like Groundhog Day. I actually love a lot of days. So yeah, but black. Right now I'm talking to myself. Orange, because pumpkins. This is Halloween colors. I got this. This is the reason why I went to the store. Ooh, the green. And then this one. So I was thinking of doing a ski mask. This one color, and then making one this color, because I really wanted to do one like the guy from The Mask. This is what my brain, but there wasn't any dark like purple like I really wanted, but so this is what I wanted. I got this, and then I have a little bit of white left that can always complement the stuff. So here we go. We're gonna make this. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Right now I'm searching for some great videos to watch because I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to find a good video to watch. Thank you for the 14 people that's in here. That's about to be 3 because it always jumps and then it lowers down. But I'm about to crochet something. I'll make a beanie. I think you can rewind to see what I'm gonna make. But I'm looking up any videos to make making my beanie too. And I don't want to watch anything crazy. Nothing crazy. Ooh. Oh, this Iyanla Fix My Life, the bad girl out of gospel episode. That seems like a lot. I don't want to do that. I don't want to commit to that. Ooh, to the 4 people who are in here. Appreciate you. Scammer tries to speed big, get busted with 30 more cards. Ooh, 8 people. Come on now. Oh. Okay, so let's see. Iller wife attempts to control the interrogation. She can't. Still 8 people. I'm digging this. I need a really good one to watch. I can't just watch, a bogus one, because I'm going to be talking over it. I don't want to watch all of those. I don't want to watch Codfish. Oh. I don't want to watch a toxic mother right now. Gosh, this woman. Ooh, the ultimate big fat gypsy wedding compilations, 2 hours. Ooh, to the one person in here. Man, there's a lot going on right now. Apparently my thing is riddled with the sentencing of Diddy. It's none of my business. That's just none of my business. Ooh. I like this one. This one is...
Struggling to get started on your book? Meet Squibla.
He puts his wife in the freezer for 5 days to ill her, but she survived. True crime. To the two people in here.
AI-powered scene creation.
So yeah, we're about to watch
was
this.
Never a town of great opportunity. A small
To the
industrial
2 people in
town
here,
with
to the
low
0 people in
wages
here that's
and
gonna be,
days
to
as
the
similar
million
to
people
each
that's
other
gonna be
as
in here.
raindrops.
Welcome to my crochet.
Noma King knew that better than anyone. She'd grown up here, graduated from the local high school,
Catching the
and
last
then nursing
sun
college
rays.
in a neighboring county. She returned to
I really wanted
Hanford
to
as a
do the
registered
colors
nurse and taken a job at the town's
mask.
only clinic.
So
At
I'm gonna work
28,
with these 2
Noma
colors.
retained her youthful enthusiasm. She was short, with short-cropped hair and a broad smile, and she had a way with patience from the first minute. Colleagues appreciated her for her professionalism and willingness to fill a difficult shift. Noma had a way of finding common ground with everyone except her own husband. Elijah King was 3 years older than his wife, but sometimes it seemed that the difference between them was not years,
I got a like,
but a whole
and
era.
I've got 16 people in
Tall,
here.
sturdy, with a permanently intense gaze, he worked as a mechanic in an auto repair shop on the outskirts of town.
Hi.
His customers respected him for his ability to figure out any breakdown, but those close to him knew the other
Good to
side
see
of
you too.
Elijah,
I'm leaving in
the fiery
November.
and unpredictable one.
So 1 more month.
They'd met 5 years ago at a barbecue at a mutual friend's house. Elijah was different then, smiling, attentive, making plans to open his own workshop. Noma fell in love with his confidence and ambition. They married a year later, bought a small house in the southern part of Hanford. The house was old, with a spacious basement, needed repairs, but they could afford it. The first 2 years of marriage seemed serene. They painted the walls together, changed the plumbing, went on picnics on weekends. But gradually, something began to change. Elijah's own workshop remained a dream. Not enough money, then determination, then he just stopped talking about it. More and more often, he came back from work irritated, picking on little things, criticizing Noma for any mistake. At first, it was minor remarks. Then he began to control his wife's expenses, demanding an account for every dollar spent. Then came comments about her appearance. Too bright lipstick, too short a dress. Friends started coming over less often. Elijah didn't hide his displeasure with the guests. "Are you deliberately making a fool of me in front of your coworkers?" He asked one day after her friend left work. "What do you mean?" Noma was genuinely surprised. All this talk about the hospital, about patients. "A mechanic, I don't understand your medical terms. You want to show how smart you are." Noma learned to give in. She invited fewer friends over, kept an eye on the topics of conversation, tried not to provoke her husband. But Elijah's resentment only grew. By the end of the 3rd year of their marriage, control had turned into tyranny. Elijah checked her cell phone, demanded she answer it immediately, made a scene if she was late after work. "I was worried!" He'd yell when she returned 30 minutes later than usual because of a complicated patient.
I can't watch this.
"You couldn't call? I thought something had happened to you."
I can't watch this. I'm sorry. Gotta shake it off. This is not gonna be good. Oof. Yeah, cop doesn't realize he recorded his own murder.
After more than
That's
2
what
decades servicing the
Hi,
trades,
people. This is
we've
the
learned
color
a
we
thing
got
or
so
two.
far.
Great product matters. Great pricing matters. Great inventory
I don't know
matters.
what I'm at right now.
Speedy delivery matters.
And
Real, reliable customer service matters. For HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and heating supplies, make it Supply House.
And perfect. So we've got 10. Go away. Nature is wanting to say hi a lot today. I ain't got nothing sweet on, but this honey wasp wants to be next to me.
Really that much happens. So they also use me as a cover unit. At midnight, I would go set up the decoy cars and stuff like that. I would dress down in street clothes, and I've been doing this for the last 4 nights. And I would either take this van, or we have a gold Crown Victoria mark, and I would take that and basically drive around residential neighborhoods and everything, blacked out, windows down, see if we see any burglaries occur.
Okay. Did you have anything on you this evening after you dressed down? Showing that you're a police officer?
Yes.
Did you have a badge or anything?
Inside, first of all, I always have my wallet badge with me. with a police ID, which is per policy. And on top of that, inside my van, I had my tactical vest with had police in the front, police in the back, my actually stitched onto the vest, also Raja, and I had my duty holster with me inside the thing.
Raja makes a big point of highlighting that he had identification with him. He seems to be missing the fact that having that identification on you is only useful if you, well, use it. And though he claims he yelled out that he was an officer, the audio footage will prove that he did no such thing.
We were told that nightclub that right down the road on PGRC is called Lux, and across the road is downtown at the Gardens, Dirty Martini. Lux, L-U-X. They were having a hip-hop concert tonight, and there was supposed to be a huge crowd.
I already started off
So
wrong.
we decided to, if you open the back of the van, I put the 8 riot shields, this, that, here, the loudspeaker, crime scene tape, and sticks, And our thing was this: hey, if anything happens, if there's a big incident at Lux, if there's a big fight, we need to clear the crowd. We're gonna forget about the 21 and report with the van immediately to Lux, so officers have quick access to it. And and number 2 thing that was discussed was this: while I'm in street clothes, while I'm in this, I do not do any takedowns, I do not do anything, but just in case of an emergency something happens, that's why I have the vest and everything identifying on me. I'm supposed to call a road unit to come out to handle any situations.
Okay, just to go back kind of quick, for other people that aren't police officers,
Yes, I'm sorry.
if you would, just in the future, stop using the signal codes and stuff, because somebody may not understand it. So you use 94, which we know is backup, and 21, which is burglaries.
Yes.
So if you can just use plain talk for the future, just in case, because some of the non-police officers may not understand what you were talking about at that point. You satisfied with that? You want to go into the reenactment? Or?
You said you're supposed to go back up during situations. What situations are you supposed to go back?
Like for example, if I'm in one of the residential neighborhoods and I see a burglary occurring or something like that, or a suspicious vehicle or suspicious person, to call a mark unit, give them my position where I'm at, and tell them, hey, this is where this person is to. And then once the mark unit comes out there, makes the initial stop, comes in contact, throw my vest on if I need to and everything like that, and then go and make contact with them.
So, Newman obviously knows what he's supposed to do if he encounters any suspicious people or situations, and yet that's not at all what he did. Rather than call for backup or report to the scene that he had actively been called to, he stops and conducts his own investigation on a car that he believes is abandoned.
Okay, now what I'd like you to do is go into what happened this evening. Start as far back as you have to. Try to go into as much detail as you can. If you need to stop. If you need a break, tell us, let us know. Okay, and try to be as elaborate as you can with what happened, how it happened, why it happened, and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, tonight I couldn't really start this operation, if you want to call it, until midnight, because I was actually a backup officer on a domestic call in Evergreen. And second I cleared the domestic call as the backup officer, I
this is what we
went
have
to
so
the station, changed out and everything, and got into the van, had the van prepped and everything like that. And I sent Sergeant Anderson
now we're
a message,
gonna do our
because one of the
first
things
thing.
was we were assuming that these people that were doing a lot of the burglaries are coming from
so we should have 20
area from the Heights. And we've checked, we've seen a couple of these suspicious people that we've checked out before and everything like that, walking south on Military, walking south on Central. So I started my day I started on PGA. I went down Military, all the way down the Hood Road, went into Donald Ross Village, drove around there, and then came down Central, down PGA, and then I came back here, went to the gas station, got myself a drink and some snacks, which are still inside the van, and I started to hit the communities. And as I was doing this, I was sending messages to Sergeant Anderson on the laptop.
Thank you so much for shining bright.
This is what I just did.
You're making me listen tonight.
The chain of command. So he's aware of location at all
now we're gonna do
I did the first community was
2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 all the way around. Skip below to get to right here again.
And I was just about to go there and everything, and I remember that one of the 2 units responded to a domestic disturbance at the Marriott, and the Lux Club is located on the 1st floor of the Marriott. They responded to on the 5th floor or something like that to a domestic disturbance that was created, and so Sergeant Hanson went there too. And as Anderson was there, I remember him calling on the radio, hey, we have a disturbance going on downstairs in Lux in the nightclub, have officers respond. So we kept on hearing that different officers. I had to be on like, officers, I'm on the way, I'm on the way. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this might be that call that, you know, it just might break loose. So let's take the van, get out of where I was at, and start heading down in this direction to be close, just in case if you know, something broke, I have the ride here, everything like that we discussed about. So I turned on military, from military to PGA, and I was going eastbound on PGA. And as I was coming here and everything, I saw this vehicle stop here, didn't see anybody inside, nothing. And I called out, I believe, on the radio, and I said that I've got I thought it was a disabled vehicle on the side of the road or an abandoned vehicle. So I saw this vehicle and everything, and I was like, okay, I've got this vehicle on the side of the road, and, you know, I'm gonna check out with it, make sure everything's okay. And, you know, when I drove past it, I could not see anything, any occupants inside the vehicle. Or if
you drove past it, which way?
Eastbound.
Okay.
Eastbound. So I went down to the next light right there. I made a U-turn, came in here, and as I was coming in, I was like, you know, it's like, all right, it's just an abandoned vehicle. This is the on-ramp. I'm just gonna pull in front of it like this and park in front and pull my flashes on, give dispatch the tag to see if I can see the owner. Maybe they walk the gas station or have it towed, do what we need to do. But, you know, it's like, and this is where I'm kind of like kicking my, it's like, you know, it's like thinking about hindsight. It's like our, you know, golden rule. It's like, you know, always act like a vehicle's always occupied. Never take that chance of, like, you know, this vehicle not being unoccupied. If I knew the vehicle was occupied, I would never put myself in a fatal funnel situation like this by pulling in front of it.
Raja should be kicking himself in the butt for a lot of reasons, starting with how bad his reasoning and his lying is here.
Okay. Now I'm gonna do the next ones. Hola from Brazil. This is not how I thought the color scheme was gonna come out, but I really do enjoy it. I like it. I like the purple. Reminds me more of spring.
For starters, the way Raja has parked his car was described by former FBI Director Frank Figliuzzi as a tactical emergency position, one that is only used during aggressive maneuvers to prevent a suspect from escaping. Using this when you believe a car is unoccupied makes about as much sense as the rest of Raja's behavior.
I am about to do the second one, which will be 2112.
To park here, but he parked diagonally across the off-ramp, effectively blocking it to traffic in an unmarked, unlighted vehicle.
2112.
Why? Because as you're about to see, his decision-making is abysmal
So that's going to be
at best.
the next
I
pattern.
didn't think there was anybody in there. And as I got close to the vehicle, and the door swung open, and this guy jumped up and I immediately got out of the van, and he's like, I'm okay, man. And at which point I said, hey man, police, can I help you? And the second I said police, he jumped back, and I clearly remember him drawing and pointing a gun at, I saw that silver muzzle, and he had, I can swear on this, he had a Laser Max laser in the guide rod of the gun, and I saw that red light of that Laser Max flashing at me, and I immediately just shouted, drop the gun, and
Let's do this. Take a deep breath. Let's do this. Okay? Do you need a drink?
No.
Listen, I want you to take your time. I want you to be okay. Listen, why don't we go over here?
You go over here and show us where you were. What just happened?
And
when you got out of the van, which way did you go?
Right here. I came right here.
Hold on one second.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Come back here. No, when you got out of the van, which way did you go?
In front. This is just like how it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I immediately I came right here, and at that point, I didn't have what I had on me. The only thing I had on me, because I was in pain, like my gun was still inside, my duty gun, my vest was inside, and the only thing I had was my backup gun, my Department approved backup gun, and waistband holster inside with a shirt tucked in like this. And I immediately said, hey man, police, can I help you? And at which point, that's when he jumped back, and I saw him draw the gun right at me, right after I said the word police, and it was just, I kind of got like caught with my pants down at that point. And it just immediately psychotic. It's just like your family flashes in front of you, your kids flash in front of you, and you just, and just immediately I blew down. I was like, drop the gun, and he didn't. He was right there, and I remember pulling the trigger, I think 2 to 3 times, and he started running, and as he was running, I had my cell phone, and I dialed, and I still remember putting my code in, and just like this, I had the gun, and I'm keeping an eye on this guy, and I put my code in, dialed 911, and I called dispatch, like my radio was banned. And the whole time I'm giving him commands, I'm yelling, screaming, I'm like, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. And as he's running, he gets about like right, just a little past where the guardrail starts, and he does this now. And I see his whole body spin, and I saw like a flash, a silver flash, like a metallic flash come at me. And in my head, that said, aim. I was like, aim. And I was like, and I just picked that front sight right in the center mass, and I just pulled the trigger 3 times. And I saw him drop, and I saw something.
So we've done all this.
And at which point I was still on the phone with dispatch. Just felt like, get your radio.
Now the next one we're gonna go is
what I had right there.
211 211.
And I'm like, I don't see him. I don't have visual on him. I don't have visual. And I started to walk backwards and everything. Came back and grabbed my radio, grabbed everything, called out on the radio.
Everything that you just heard is a lie. Well, everything aside from the fact that Raja pulled the trigger.
And Sergeant Sprague was the first one, and I can't remember, it was one of the new Tauruses were responding, and they actually thought it happened in Bubble Tree. And I got on the radio, I was like, guys, I'm right here. And they quickly turned in right here, and it was Arlotta, Nico Arlotta. And Arlotta had his rifle slung up in Sprague, and I'm like, guys, I lost sight of him right there. Yes, sir.
I want listen for you. I want you to take a deep breath. Okay. I'm having trouble. You're fast talking.
Yeah.
And you're explaining everything. I want to be able to understand and make sure everyone's good. But I want to also give you a break to try and get some oxygen.
Yes. I'm sorry. It's just the kids.
Absolutely. That's perfect.
In photo room, you can create amazing logos in seconds. Just type in what you want and the app will generate logos for you. This feature is extremely fast and sufficient, and it literally creates logos in seconds for you. Don't sleep on this app. This is a game changer. Try out photo room for yourself.
Chime exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you get paid on your terms, your world opens up, and your people start to find you. That's when you're making it. Download the Chime app today.
I do.
La village.
Now, while you were going through this, at any time did that individual fire at you? Do you know if the gun went off?
I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was screaming, dropping, and the only thing I can think of was like I'm saying.
My question is about this cop is he's acting like he's so bad. So it's like, why are you in the force if you're that frazzled?
I don't know.
Like it seems like, you know what I mean?
I don't remember.
Okay. At any point, did you have any contact with that individual? Any kind of personal contact? No. When you were walking up?
As again, like he jumped up and he said, "Hey, I'm okay," and I came out and I said my exact word, and I made sure I was like, "Man, please, can I help you?" And immediately he does a step back and kind of like and just draws the gun. It's basically, if you're standing right here, do you mind if I?
Absolutely. Where was?
Sure. Okay.
You said you get out of the van here. You immediately you put your flashers on. You said something about putting your
No, my game plan as I was coming from PGA was this. I thought it was a disabled vehicle, so I was going to pull in front of the van
and also this
put my flashers on, walk out,
is
and
cheers to the 3 people in here. This cop was off duty too, creating this havoc.
Is there a reason why you stopped here instead of pulling up?
Because the guy jumped out.
He jumped out
exactly.
While you were in the car, he jumped out?
He jumped out and I immediately jumped out.
That's a long-winded way of saying, actually, I didn't turn my flashers on at all. Raja didn't turn his flashers on, didn't grab any identification, didn't grab his vest. He did, however, have time to grab his gun. He chalks this up to the fact that Corey Jones jumped out of his vehicle as soon as Raja parked. Except, that's not true. Because, as you remember, Corey Jones was on the phone in a recorded phone call with a tow truck for the entire interaction. And the car door didn't even open until well after Roger parked and got out of his vehicle.
You were dressed exactly like this?
Exactly.
Over nothing less?
Exactly like this, and I had my holster, which was covered.
It's covered?
It was covered, wasn't
When
it?
you have your gun in your waistband, is it obvious that you're carrying the gun? There's no big...
I have a big stomach, so it kind of overhangs from the holster.
We were in the same hat?
Exactly, just like this.
Okay. And you said you started firing. Was that around this area?
I believe
Okay.
trying to think, like,
Cheers to the one person that's still on here. Respect. Now we have done.
Yeah, hold on.
Now we're gonna go.
I'm thinking.
2-1-1-1.
I know when he had the gun
2.
pointed at me around the car, I fired. I know that.
Do you remember exactly where he was at when let me go back. You said that you got out, you jumped out, and you came around here. When did the gun come into play? And where did it come from?
See, he jumped out at me. He said,
now we're gonna do 2.
I'm okay. And I said, hey man, please, can I help you? And second, I said, I remember. Exactly. I'm not touching anything. No. I remember clearly seeing this. The gun was right here. I remember seeing it above the door level, and it was in this area right here, pointing at directly at me. And I remember seeing it was a silver gun. I could clearly see the hole of the muzzle, and I could see that laser max laser over the guide rod flickering.
2.
It was like flickers red, on and off, on and off.
Okay.
Now. 1.
So he was in this area.
Yeah, he was in this vicinity, somewhere in this vicinity.
3. 4.
Why don't you, do you recall where you were standing? I know you had some difficulty. Do you know approximately where?
Somewhere in this vicinity somewhere. I don't recall exactly where.
Why don't you do this somewhere between where and where?
4.
Oh, let's see. I
1, 2,
slowly.
3.
If I had to say something, I would probably say about like in this region right here. This
Well,
would be,
I don't want you to have to. That's why I asked you approximate. So if you're safe saying where your attorney is standing and somewhere between there and somewhere,
it's somewhere in this area right here.
Put this at the western boundary of any possibility of where you're standing.
Okay, I'm gonna put it about here. Let's see.
And put this at the eastern. And take your time and arrange it how you want.
Okay. So I don't know what that for.
Here. 1.
I'll probably say about here.
Okay, so somewhere between number 1 or number 2.
Yes.
Safe to say this is where you.
Yes, sir.
And that's when you initially came into engagement?
Well, like verbal engagement or actually?
You had spoke to him. When did you specifically see the threat?
Right on this area. Because as it was happening,
Cheers to people
I
still
stood my
in
brothers
here.
in this area and I said,
Appreciate
hey man, police, how can I help you? And I said that clearly, and when I said that, and he immediately just jumped, and I remember this.
Appreciate the 5 people that's in here. I'm in the middle of a yawn. Ready, 12. God.
At Supply House, we make sure you have everything you need to get the job done right. Because when things get tough, you get tougher. And you're built for this.
Action right here. With handgun on me.
Raja is having trouble remembering the locations where he fired 2 separate volleys of 3 shots because he's trying to place them in an area that makes him look the best. Unfortunately for him, forensics will reveal things are much, much different than he's claiming. Now, Raja has been an officer for almost 8 years of this footage. In fact, he's an instructor at the police academy and a firearms expert, yet he claims to have seen a laser on the gun. The gun in question, one of the cheapest handguns that money can buy, had nothing of the sort. In fact, Corey had bought it just 3 days before he was fatally shot for protection at home and on the way to and from his gigs.
And then he started running in this direction right here, just as
Which side of the guardrail?
Something, I must have
western
done
side of the guardrail.
something
So he's on the grass?
On the grass, yes. He started running on the grass,
because I
and
only have 3 left when I should have 4.
if I'm thinking,
Ay, ay, ay.
and this is where I grabbed my phone and I started running after him with my gun still pointing in his direction, screaming, and
I found
I was yelling. I was like, "Drop
I
the
found the
gun! Drop the
mistake.
gun! Drop the gun!" And
Made a
I was
mistake
screaming
and
at the
kissed
top
the
of my
snake.
lungs.
What was he doing at that point?
He was
And
running,
he
and right when he got about,
there we go.
I think it was, because this is where I started to walk. I remember I was around that area by that pole, and I decided to walk back to get my radio again. This guy's like, "Go get your radio, Raj. Go get your radio." And
Just be careful right here.
I'm sorry. And I remember over here is where I was, and he must have been. Do you see this plant right here? This big bush? Yeah, the big clump. Just where the ditch is right there in front of it, kind of like he was in that area, and that's when he did the spin. When I was yelling, like, "Drop the gun, drop the gun," and I saw him go like this.
Boom.
And I remember seeing
right
myself,
now we are
aim.
at.
I still remember, and I was like, "Aim!" And I put that front sight right in the center mass, and I squeezed.
Nobody's here, but it's
I
totally
believe
okay.
2 rounds.
Okay.
And I saw him drop, at which point
we've got.
And when
so
he
right
dropped
now
it, and I started going up, and I couldn't see him. And I was like, I lost sight of him. And they're like, "Go get your radio, go get your radio." And I started to go, and I was like,
2,
just pelling back. And the guys came, I was like, "Look, I lost sight of him right there. I don't know where he went to."
2.
And I think one of the officers was like, "I think I see something up there."
Okay, now this is done.
And then Sergeant
now we are
Sprague,
done with this.
Anderson,
now
one of the
we're
sergeants,
supposed
like,
to
"Wow, come show me
do
exactly what's the last
chain
time we saw him."
2,
So I started walking up the guardrail. As I started walking up,
crochet,
we saw
single
him right
crochet in
there.
the next
Okay.
14 stitches.
But once we saw him and everything, because he was laying face down,
chain 2,
and both his hands were cupped underneath him. So Sergeant Anderson came to my left.
and
He brought
single
a shield.
crochet in the next.
He was I was shield covered behind him, and Sergeant Sprague came to the north side of us from almost at the tree, and he had a rifle out. And he said, "Okay, we need to approach it to make sure that he's still not on what's going on." So we slowly approached him and everything like that. But
and
before
then,
that, when they came, I ran to my van. I immediately put on my vest, and I immediately clipped on my thigh holster, my duty
double
belt.
crochets, and
So
then
once we started to approach him and everything like that, he still wasn't moving. Gave him, I think we gave him a couple of commands to respond. And Sergeant Sprague said, "Rod, go ahead and hold your hand, go hands on with him."
Let me
I
make
holstered
sure.
immediately, and they've got
Let me
covered.
make sure. I gotta make sure. I've got to make sure. Because, this is a pattern that I follow from this girl. I don't usually follow patterns, but to make this until I master the one that I want to make, I do follow her. Once I get more advanced in putting people's information up, I will. But her name is T.E.K._essentials.
Video, I will be showing you how.
Okay, so we've done it all. So now we're gonna do the second part of the beanie. So we've done the top so far. We're gonna go down of the ski mask. We're gonna go down. We gotta fast forward it.
And chain 2 afterwards. So 2, then do 14 regular double crochets, and then 2, and then 14 regular double crochets, and then 2 double crochets in the next one, and then 14 all the way around. But this one is for a men's size.
See? So now let me do it. She said 2 and then 14 and 2. I was right. So we're gonna go 2. And 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, twos, ones, twos, twelves, quatorze. Un, deux, un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, You know, it feels great when you actually have the number when it's perfect. It's great.
Do another row,
Now
and
we're
what
gonna
I'm
pause
going
it.
to do is chain up
Oh, she
two
has the cutest. Oh, they have the best
and
looking outfit
go
on
two
earth.
into the first stitch, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then two into the next stitch. I hope this makes sense. Save it and repeat. Okay.
Okay, we're here so far.
This is part 4. So just in case if you haven't watched part 1, 2, 3, this is part 4. We are making a ski mask.
It's so
I'm
falling.
going to repeat what I said in the last one towards the end. If you are making this for a smaller head, more like women's size, I have big head, so I'm like bigger.
Like a little tack. I'm gonna start making little tops like this. Little
14 double crochet.
could definitely eat some
each
oranges right now,
after
actually.
your crochets, you're gonna do 2 double crochets in that following stitch, and then you're gonna repeat the pattern and do 14, and then 2 double crochets, and then 14 and 2 double crochets until you reach back to the front, and then you're gonna slip stitch. For those with big heads, like myself, yes, I have natural hair, so I have a bigger head. I'm chaining 2, but I'm gonna make it bigger, and this could be for men.
I already did my part.
Instead of doing that way, I'm going to do 2 in the first stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in this stitch, after the 5 single double crochets, I'm gonna do 2 double crochets in that stitch. So I hope it makes sense. Let's speed it up.
My eye itches. I'm waiting. Thank you for the person that's in here, but I'm waiting for the next part of the pattern to pick up because I've already finished and I'm waiting. Do I want to eat Jamaican food? Definitely go for some Jamaican right now. The rice. But I could definitely want some banana. You cannot get any banana out of here. That's why I cannot wait till I'm about to bounce here. I'm super excited. About to leave. I love my locks so much. Because my locks, I would love it to Weeping Willows. Okay, let's see. Hold on.
2, 3.
Oh, my eyes itching.
4.
Come on, girl. I think I'm tempted to go get some Jamaican.
And then as you see right here is where my other double crochet was, and 2 in my 1 stitch. We're going to do 1, 2 in 1 stitch, and then we're going to repeat the pattern.
I could take a little nap right now waiting for her. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Do it, girl. Come on, girl. Do your thing.
Okay, we made it to the front, the top, the first one, and we slip stitch, and now we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to go on to part 5.
Okay, what's part 5?
This is part 5, and we're finishing our ski mask. If you haven't checked the first parts, go check those out. So right now in this row, we're going to do chain up 2, and then we're going to do 2 in the first stitch, and then 1 in the next 14 stitches, and then 2 in the following stitch. So we're going to repeat that pattern 2, 1 in the next 14, then 2, and then 1 in the next 14. We're going to do that all the way around. So let's do that.
I'm waiting for my part. I'm still waiting for my part. Because I know my part that I'm supposed to do right now, it's supposed to be 6. I already did a 1 level of that unless I'm supposed to do that a certain amount of time. Isn't it? Come on, girl. 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 Even at fast mode, she's going a bit slow.
So we'll slip stitch to the first stitch and chain up 2. If you did the smaller ski mask for rows 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you'll double crochet in each stitch around.
I knew it.
Double crochet.
Yep. Double crochet for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5 rows. You knew it. I knew it. Yes, I did.
I grabbed one arm, pulled it out, grabbed
Okay,
the other arm,
this
pulled it out, and we said,
guy, I thought he was going to have
and
more of an
back.
interrogation.
Yes.
I wish I could pause my life, go get food, and come back. Is there a button I can pause it? What is this camera button? Oh, wow, I just clicked the button, something happened. What is this button? Light on. Light off. I think we're gonna go. If I go light on, oopsies. Sorry. If I go light on,
When you first saw this car, and then
I like
before
it
he
light
pulled the
off. You
fire
can
out.
see nature better.
First of all, I didn't even know inside the car. And
Wow,
that's
I can
exactly
make
what I'm
myself
talking about. I'm picking
my
myself.
camera go off. I think
Hindsight's
I'm gonna go
20/20.
eat.
And I
I'm gonna
preached
go
this at the
order
academy.
some
And he took me.
Jamaican
Do you
rice
see where
and
those
beans.
officers,
But
where those guys are
is
standing
it
right there by
worth
that
it?
car? Right there, and I was there for the rest of until our
Never
command bus.
entered the crime scene again
No.
until you did this
No, yeah.
Did you get into a car or were you?
Yeah, I
So
always
was
want
outside the car the whole
sushi.
time until the command bus. Our command bus came, and I got into our command bus, and then your command bus came, and I switched over to yours.
Let me crochet this 5 rows, and then I'll see how I really feel.
What's the first thing?
Best you
That
can,
was lame. That was lame. I didn't
physically
even like that.
and verbally,
Wasn't a good.
reenact the moment without getting in your van. You can
Okay.
sit at the driver's door.
Okay.
Reenact everything you did. Simulate drawing your gun because I'll have it.
Deb's House season 2.
As best you can to reenact it.
I don't know if I even want to watch that. That seems like headache.
Without getting the big.
And when I say reenact it, I want the volume of your voice to be the same.
Lady
I want your
watches
100%.
fiancé
your
drown and
speed
celebrates
in your
his death.
walk or your run to be the same,
Wow.
and progress all the way through.
All the way through, okay.
Yep.
Prepare yourself for the strangest and most inaccurate recreation of events of all time.
I completely
Crocheting.
go around like,
Yes.
and he says, "Hey man,
Yes.
I'm
What are
like,
you
"Okay."
eating?
I'm like, "Hey man, cop. Hey man, police, can I
Is
help
it
you?"
meat?
didn't want them. There's chicken
Immediately,
wings. I saved them
See, I
for a
don't
friend
eat
and they didn't
meat.
want
hey
them.
man,
Yeah.
police,
I
can I
need to
help
get
you? And he
food,
draws the
but
gun
I'm
and
taking really
drops the
because I
gun,
saved them
drop
so
the gun,
many
and
left.
bang, 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 and he starts running. And I
Yikes.
start
I
chasing
don't
him.
eat
I
meat.
know. I didn't even
And
want them.
I'm calling
I ate
911.
salad, but
Well,
And
there's
this is
people out
Gordon
here you
Jackson.
can
This is
find
Gordon. I
them.
just
They'll
shot. I
eat.
just shot. That
I'm
guy had a
gonna leave
gun,
somewhere.
and I'm
You're just
describing
gonna
the
leave
guy.
it somewhere?
And as he's going
Why
right
don't you put
there,
a sign
he
on top of it that
stopped, and
says,
he turns
"Eat
around,
me"?
looks at me, and I'm like, "Aim!"
That's
And I
all.
bang, 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 and I fired about 2 or maybe 3 rounds over here, and I see him
I
drop.
think I'm now that
And
he
I come
has
up a
that
little
food,
bit
he's
more, and I'm still
inspired
on
me
the phone.
because
I
I'm
slow
thinking
down,
about the
and then I couldn't see
Jamaican
him
food.
anymore.
And the Jamaican food is rice. It's collard green.
Started walking backwards, ran back.
And I just drizzled it
Let's pause there
in
and just listen to the audio all the way through to see if a single thing matches his statements.
and spicy sauce. But what do I want to eat? I want to eat something. Gosh, I think I'm being a gluttonous.
I'm good. Y'all good? Yeah.
Oh, the last ones that I was making, I recognized why I was wrong. Yeah. I think I need something vegan. I need something. I love naan.
Nope, it sure doesn't.
Oh,
But that doesn't matter to
Indian
Raja at the
food.
time
I
of this
think I'm gonna take my
recreation
stuff on a
because he
day.
has absolutely no idea that the entire
Shucks.
thing was recorded.
The length of time that you just did that,
Shucks.
roughly. The same.
4 seconds. If that.
So I'm not really into that.
Maybe 5.
I need a good one.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you over to Sergeant
Ew, gross.
Allstar.
Yes.
I'm not watching that.
Where you put your gun in the truck.
Yes.
The only reason I'm gonna have you go over there is to identify whether and then we're gonna take it as evidence.
She thought her husband was still in prison, but saw him with his new family in Texas. I could watch that.
I don't know that. I remember screaming, drop the gun, drop the gun. I remember screaming that. I'm sure I probably said, please drop the gun.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay. That'd be good.
A cop was caught beating his
Thank you very much, sir.
girlfriend
Newman Raja's
on
case
his
was
own
highly
home
contested
security
and a
camera,
huge
and I
staple
see
in
he's
the
getting
cycle for several years.
arrested.
In 2016, he was
Do I want
arrested
to
on
watch
charges
that?
of murder and attempted murder.
Or should I watch
One
drunk
charge for the
airport
volley of shots
passenger
that were
has
fatal,
big
and another for
meltdown
the volley of shots
over
that were
spilled
not.
vodka?
In court in
No.
2019, he didn't testify, which was within his
I'm just
right,
thinking about the
but
food
certainly
still.
didn't help his case. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison for manslaughter and attempted first-degree murder.
What a good commercial. I'm eavesdropping. The interrogation that left detective speechless. I wonder why I didn't bring my bread. I could have brought my bread at least. I could have snacked on my bread. I love eating bread. I'm addicted to eating bread. Let's see. Love After Lockup. 14 hours ago. Vows and Vendettas. I'm not gonna watch that because I don't really like watching Demon. He doesn't make me happy. Darcy and Stacy broke up. Jovi calls Jara. Oh my gosh. What can I watch that's gonna disrespect my brain, but not in a crazy way? I can hear this guy still. I'm not shocked their characters. Michael Jordan's son stunts court in wild DUI arrest. No. My gosh, what can I watch? I can't watch that. No. Huh. 10 months ago, that's the collective. Bad of it. I'm like eavesdropping really. Man, there's nothing really I can watch on YouTube right now. I think I need to see. Okay, I think I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna be extra boring. And I'm gonna watch the Harvey Ada said baby alone, but now he's still fighting for his family's appeals and more money.
Declaratory relief is redundant.
Watch STS.
And they say that Harvey skipped statutory steps before demanding an accounting. So, and now Harvey has a response to this, but let's just stop it right here. Again, is this giving, and I mean this in a very serious way, is this giving Harvey like a sense of purpose in life now?
Well, there he
literally has lost his life.
This keeps him busy. You know, he can express some of his anger through this, some of his frustration, some of his need to fight. It serves many good purposes in his psyche, considering what he's going through and how angry he is.
So Marielle with a good question, who owns the LLC? And this is the first show we've ever done really just solely on Harvey. And we have pictures of Harvey I'm going to show you thanks to Scott Gunderson.
Do you have that picture that you showed once before of Donna and Harvey when they were younger? And
I'm going to show, I have a lot younger. Yeah, I'm going to show you in a moment. Who owns the LLC? Marielle, great question. What I understand, it was created by Charlie and his business partner, but he only brought the business partner in later. And my guess is that Charlie is the one who initiated it, but I'm sure that this guy, Alex Berkovich, the co-owner, must be on there. Now,
you know, right now as we speak, probably there are several tens of thousands of real estate attorneys in Miami, and one could answer this question.
You know, like 17 of them.
I know.
Just wondering.
There are more of those than criminal attorneys.
Yeah, it's more fun to do this without any legal background. Harvey responded, Carm.
Somebody will beat us up one day for this behavior. What?
COE, is it possible to create a poll to see if STS Nation wants to continue with Carm on Fridays without Carm or without me at all, and just Carm?
Joel, Joel, don't worry about that. Just think of the present moment.
Carm, what about this? Carm reminds me so much of my bubby, grandmother in Yiddish, her family from Poland and Lithuania. At one time, there was men chasing you, and now women are telling you that you remind them of their bubby. Is that upsetting, or is it? Carm, you used to have a lot of men chase you back in the day.
Don't just relax. No man chased me. I was everybody's friend always.
Look at this. And her bubby is also from 1939, same year as Carm. Yeah. Okay. So Harvey now responds to this whole mess, and he says he's now citing Florida Supreme Court cases. Including something called K and Whopper, which allows partition when an entity is just a shell for holding real estate. He says that dissolution isn't mandatory, that the partition is still an option. He argues that the business owner deliberately ignored Charlie's 50% membership interest, even on tax returns. I mean, Carm, I know you're not an attorney, but if this guy is not filing about, you know,
can I say something really nasty?
Yes.
Charlie was a little bit stepping over the to the other side from the law, and I cannot imagine that he picked a partner who is a choir boy and the saint. You
Be
know.
careful there, Carmen. This guy's not in prison. He'll come right after us. Alex Berkovich. I have no idea who he is.
I mean,
but I hear what you're saying.
Otherwise, they would be able to sit down and straighten out what's going on.
Alex Berkovich, you have an open invitation on STS to tell us your side of the Harvey Adelson, Charlie Adelson legal dispute. So he insists, Harvey insists that he's entitled to this 50% of this place. And now there's a case management order, but this is actually set to go to trial, Carm. This is going to go.
We are going to go.
I'm serious. This is supposed to go to a jury. The judge in Miami is named Migna Sanchez Lorenz. Migna Sanchez Lorenz. Both playing a game of chicken. Carm.
I don't even understand. When Wendy was testifying in her mother's trial, when it was over, she went over, gave a hug and a kiss to her father, right?
Say that again?
When Wendy testified in Donna's trial, in the end, she went over
before,
to Harvey.
not the end, at the beginning, she went over and was told to step outside.
Anyway, and gave a hug and kiss to her father. So what I am implying here is that she's on talking terms with her father, correct?
Yeah, yes and no. My gut instinct there was that she hadn't seen him in a long time. She saw him in court. It's still her father. Carm, just let's step back.
No, but the reason I am mentioning that she came and gave him a hug and a kiss was the fact that she is an attorney. She knows more than you and I put together. And why cannot she advise him which way to move, which way to proceed?
I don't think she knows law too well, Carm, is my gut instinct. So there's people who go to law school and there's lawyers, and she went to law school. I wonder if Georgia I think I'm okay to say this. We've invited Georgia on the show, and she accepted. It's going to be after Donna's sentencing. So we are going to have the great Georgia Kaplan on this show, thanks to Steve Cohen.
Wow. May I ask you?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Is it not okay to mention that we already had her on our show?
We had her when, the first day we ever had a podcast about her. We didn't even know who she was at the time.
Yes, we did.
We
yes,
did. We did.
Yes, we did.
I'm talking relative to now.
We honored her, and she was on our show, and it was a very big beginner. It means that we behaved with a little more respect and less pathologically than now when we were with her. And she was very candid, and what she could talk about, she talked about, and what she couldn't, she didn't. But she spent over an hour with us.
Listen, I don't do anything, Carmen, it used to be I don't do anything without running it by you. But now I run everything by STS Nation. I'm not going to confirm or deny this, but someone out of the Hollywood, Los Angeles area may or may have not reached out inquiring about the potential of doing a Carm-based reality show. Please email me, Surviving the Survivor, if you'd be interested. Framed as the oldest true crime podcaster and licensed therapist in the world. would you watch a reality show with
You know what I
Karn
was
as
thinking,
a central
Joel?
figure?
Joel,
Yes.
they start making it, Joel, listen to
Yeah.
this. And then something happens to your shooting, they go, whoops, here goes the $200,000 investment. Whoops.
Whoops.
It's risky business getting into
Risky business at 86, but I was just asking you about Mel Brooks. I asked you what he does today. He's 96, Karn.
Well, Mel Brooks is funny.
You should make a run for Mel Brooks. By the way, being the great son that I am, I think I can say this too. Steve Martin is in town with Martin Short. Carm loves both of them. I'm taking her to see them. Just a mother-son date on Saturday night. So everyone tells me I'm a horrible son.
To you. Not
Today is
many
Friday.
daughter-in-laws
I'm gonna go
would
get some
put up with
That's what I wanted to do.
the husband taking the mother-in-law to a show on a Saturday night and they're staying home with the children. She's a definite unusual person in many ways, and I really respect her tremendously. She did. I didn't ask her to go. That I don't know. She didn't want to go because usually we go the three of us.
Carm, I don't even think COE knows who Steve Martin is. You know, I thought he was on the original season of SNL, but he is one of the original hosts. The two of them are hilarious. I don't know what they're going to talk about. I think the tour is called The Tour That You Will Never Remember instead of Forget. They're two funny guys. They're each 80 years old, I think.
How much are you getting paid for advertising?
I would like to get paid for it. I think I should. But I'm taking you as a solo date on Saturday. But back to this for a moment, because this is an interesting story.
Finished.
I think. Okay, go ahead.
Surviving Survivor is finally getting some notice, and so again, people asked. They approached me, and I said, probably our most interesting guest is Karn, and it piqued their interest. If he emailed me, Surviving Survivor at Gmail, about a reality show based on Karn, I will maybe forward it to these people. You let me know what you think. If it's a really bad idea. Good idea.
John, somebody he wrote just before I remember Dr. Ruth. And I used to do, and I cannot imitate people, but Dr. Ruth I really got. And all the
You have the same accent. There's nothing to imitate.
And I know, but also did a very graphic description of the involvement that she dealt with men and women. And, you know, that was kind of funny. She was kind of funny.
Again, I'm just mystified that anyone's watching this, but we'll keep rolling with it. Let me just go back. So these are things that I actually think about. This is not a joke. This is not shtick. This is what bothers me, is that people think that this is shtick. It's not shtick. I really want to know, what do you think that Mel Brooks, who's done everything, he's probably
getting
like
really in his feelings.
You know, like he is like the face of comedy over the last 100 years. He's arguably the funniest man to ever live. What does he do every day at 90s? Does he drink prune juice? Does he take a nap? What is it? We're going to talk and yell that.
You know what, Joel?
What does he do?
You know what my fantasy was of Mel Brooks?
Yeah.
Mel Brooks was funny, but my fantasy is 96 now.
Yeah.
And my fantasy is that his commode is very close to his bed.
Here's the other thing I worry about. It's not again, I'm underscoring. These are things I think about, and it gives me anxiety. His last big hit was like in 1981. Like, how do you live? I mean, he had a book out. How much did that book make? Like, is he well off?
Joel,
yeah.
I recommend that we go back and show what you have to show, because I really feel uncomfortable doing this.
So, Karn, let's go back here, and we'll stick on with Harvey for a little bit, and then we'll do leave a comment for Karn, question for Karn. That was the original idea of the show we did. You can ask her about anything the last 20 minutes of the show, but let me just go through some questions here, Karn. These are like rapid fire questions. From Matt B. Wendy cares only about herself. Harvey, you're on your own. STS is the authority. This is true. I would it's on all things. It's only as far as STS. And this is true too. Martin is sure. Carm, gut instinct.
My leg
Said that Harvey was guilty from day one, not of pulling a trigger, but of enabling everything.
No. I didn't say he's enabling everything.
Enabling.
I didn't say.
Or at least passively participating.
What I said is impossible that he did not hear anything, considering that he literally, not even symbolically, literally stand with his wife, and they were very close, and they lived in a fancy building, but in a small apartment. And they were like on top of each other. I don't think we could have secrets.
I just had a completely left field thought here. Here it says, "Karma's the mother we wish we all had." You know that
and afterwards regret their wish.
Michelle says she hopes a commode is near his bed. Did I hear that correctly? Yes, you did. Carm, I sent you a picture of your husband, my father, last night with my oldest daughter when she was a baby. You know, I have all these clips of dad, like video clips, but I just can't bring myself to watch anything. Still, 3 years later, I think it'll depress me too much. Should we do it together at some point?
Joel?
Yeah.
I want to tell you that this family is really truncated. I like the term, really now. By the way, just to respond to a previous comment, when I said that Harvey is trying to salvage some money for his 3 grandchildren, Charlie's one and Wendy's 2, I think he feels that what is it now? I'm blocking the third one's name.
Look at this. Mel Brooks is worth $100 million. I guess he doesn't have to worry about.
What?
Yeah.
Robert is the third.
The first episode of the reality. Yes, Robert. The first episode of the reality show should be you knocking on Mel Brooks's door, asking to see his commode and see if it's worth near his bed. Hey, Carm, I'm going to ask you questions rapid fire. So, Donna's in prison, Charlie's in prison, Wendy is essentially estranged now, Harvey is left alone. You just mentioned Rob out of the picture. So, psychologically, what do you think happens to Harvey, who built this family from scratch and then turned it into a bit of an empire with Adelson Dental Institute? Now, it essentially has all evaporated before him.
Okay,
what do you think this experience is like for him?
I think it's if he would allow it to get hold of him and wash over him, I think it would be pretty devastating. And I said horrible things about lawyers, not gonna say horrible things about dentists, even though dentists are some of my best friends. This is the picture. There is a certain anger and hostility in some dentists that I know. And I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but they have anger, and this has to be now compounded with anger of what happened to his family. And he doesn't seem to be angry at Donna for causing it. I have the feeling that he doesn't, I think he's probably angry that she was caught, but I don't know if he's angry about what she did. It gave her beautiful teeth, by the way. Look at these teeth.
Yeah. So what, Carm, when you look at this picture, I mean, look, there's no denying they're a good-looking couple. When you
Very
look
good-looking couple,
yeah.
happy-looking couple.
Yeah, when you look at this couple, what do you see here?
I don't see future murder, no.
You don't?
No.
Do you find, I mean, in this photo, would you describe Harvey, and listen.
Like you said something when you saw him in the Metro Diner, when you saw Harvey in the Metro Diner.
Not a diner, it's a deli, close.
Metro Deli.
Oh my gosh,
then you realize that he could be, very threatening and very angry. I think if he wouldn't have that kind of facial expression after what
I want to be
he
eating right
went
now.
through,
I'm gonna eat now.
then he would be like in La La Land in total denial because he's going through the worst possible, absolutely the worst possible thing. I mean, life is tough. People die young from cancer. People get hit by cars and so on and so forth. But to have your beautiful, strappy, healthy son forever in jail, it's like buried alive.
Like I heard his.
That would be pretty upsetting for any father.
Okay.
Carm, what do you think it is that differentiates Mel Brooks from
that.
Like today, you got all these.
It's
I don't
so
want to offend
big.
anybody, but all
We're
these
going to
Joe
go on the
Rogan
fifth one
hacks,
now.
like the circle of
Fifth one.
idiots with like fraternity brother humor. And here you have this 96-year-old man who's everything that came out of his mouth was funny. With him and Carl Reiner, but what was it? What was it about?
Not him necessarily.
I can't wait to be doing this.
Not everybody saw that. He did the 2,000-year-old
in the morning earlier. Like, I want to go live a lot earlier. Next to
but where's his humor eating? Where's his humor come from?
Yes, listen, let's not go there because humor comes from. It's one way to respond with horrible difficulties. Okay. And the Jews through the years had
I just want to
major difficulties,
down to
and they used humor as an antidote to their horrible lives.
You know, I can't agree with a comment more than this one. Joel, be patient with your mother and really listen to her. She has far better insight than you realize. There's nothing I can say.
Times because I'm paranoid. I always have to re-verify my.
All right, this is what we've taken through these photos. We looked at this photo the other day. This is Donna running the Edelman Institute.
This is the
and somebody commented that here they were wearing. She was wearing an office manager uniform that is very similar to her jail uniform. And I commented, look how many patients they had. Look at the files.
And this goes under the heading of what Sarah Catherine Dugan, I think, said at the beginning of the trial, which is a killer does not have a specific look. Would you ever have looked at this photo and said that this woman is going to be serving a life sentence in prison for murder? Would you have ever thought that?
No, I wouldn't have. I would not have. And she had everything in life, everything. You think you give me one you didn't have. And the only thing she wanted, the grandchildren are not ours. The grandchildren are their parents' children. They're not ours. And she demanded that they move close to her. You know, I have to say something here. I rarely speak about my mother, but when I met my husband, the future husband, some of the aunts told my mother, don't let her go to America. You never see her. You are stuck here in Europe, and she's in America. And my mother said, and her happiness is more important to me. And I met her future husband, and I really like him, and I'm not going to stop there. In other words, she was willing to let me go from one continent to another continent. We personalize everything, I'm sorry, but it's a true story. And so I came to America, and at that time you didn't have Skype, you didn't have any kind of, you had to pay a fortune for the phone calls, and we wrote to each other.
Okay. So did that. No. Oh no. Why isn't it showing me it's what that is? Oh, my neck makes this snap. I want to be eating naan right now, but I want to get to the part.
In the following. So we're going to repeat that pattern 2, 1 in the next 14, then 2. We've done our stitches. Now we're going to start above the eye. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet in 21 stitches. 21. Now we're going to start this is the beginning of, we're not doing 2 double crochets in the first stitch. We're just going to do 1 double crochet and all the way around. I tend to put a stitch marker on this first row so that way I know that this is the beginning of my 4 rows, if that makes sense. So we finished the round and we're back at the beginning. We've done our stitches. Now we're going to start above the eye. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain up 2, and then you're going to double crochet in 21 stitches. 21 and then stop, and then go to the next part of the video so we can finish it up. We're on part 6, so if you haven't looked at the other parts for the ski mask, you don't need to watch this when you're going to be confused. So all my people who are joining from part 5 to part 6, you've done the 21 double crochets. On the 22nd stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch. Listen to me clearly when I say it. You did the half double crochet, and now we're going to slip stitch 20 stitches, and then stop there until I have to give you instructions. 20 stitches, and then stop there until I have to give you instructions. 20. Listen to me clearly when I say it. You did the half double crochet, and now we're going to slip stitch 20 stitches, and then stop there until I have to give you instructions. Now, you've done your 20 slip stitch. If you're the type of person that you get confused with your stops, like I can tell the difference, you can put stitch markers in. Remember that. So after your 20th slip stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet on the next stitch. And then you're going to do a double crochet for the remaining stitches until you get back to the first stitch right here. And then you're going to slip stitch. And you're going to wait. So I can tell you.
I'm going to slip stitch, then I'm going to wait. I just want to get to the part where I can just crochet the rest 16 so that you can see. Oh! A bug is biting me. Get off me, bugaboo. Ooh. That's instructions. Okay. So make sure that you pause and then play when you're ready, because I'm just going to jump right into when I finish. Okay, we slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to double crochet in the 21 stitches again. Get away from me, bugs. Sheesh. slip stitch.
Stop. 2, and then we're going to double crochet in the 21 stitches again, and then stop.
You see, like this is like double the size or something. It's because I was doing that. There's something. Wasn't supposed to be slip stitching. No, I'm not supposed to be slip stitching. And I think I slip stitched here. I don't think I'm gonna keep doing that pattern that it really wants. Okay, let's see. No.
I watched out earlier.
I came here at like 3.
Oh, you did? How are you doing, all right?
Fabulous. How are you?
Fabulous. My mother does that. She's left-handed, though. It's hard to teach somebody.
I'm left-handed
All
too.
my nieces are all left-handed, too.
Lefties rule the world. I promise you, this guy does not remember that much. He's having like, it's only been an hour. Like an hour.
Now after you do the 21st stitch, you're going to chain 23 stitches. Chain. I mean literally 1, 2, 3, 4,
Chain.
5, 6,
1,
7,
2, 3,
8,
4,
9,
5, 6,
10,
7,
11, 12,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
sure you get 23. Don't have to go as fast as you're 23, and then meet me in the next video so I can tell you what to do next. That's $7. We are here. We are doing the first ones. We are making a ski mask, and if you want to make one with us, for those who want to make one, let's continue. Go back to part 1 if you haven't started yet. It's okay, baby. I got you on the video. Okay. Now we're gonna take the 23 chain. We're not gonna do it into that first half double crochet. We're gonna go right into double crochet that we did on the opposite side, and we're gonna do a double crochet. So you need to loop the yarn again, put it through, okay, and then we're gonna do the half double crochet.
I want it to be a certain, at a certain.
When we talk about search engine optimization, it may not actually mean the classics, Google and Bing. Now, you have ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. In addition to TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, all these other areas of search, we like to call that omni SEO, where you're optimizing for search anywhere you need to. If you want to be everywhere your audience searches, get in touch with us today to talk about omni SEO.
So see, it should look like this. So we didn't go into the first half double crochet, we went into the full crochet and the double crochet from our chain. Now we're going to double crochet the remaining all the way to the first stitch, and then we're right here, and you're going to slip stitch and then chain 2. You got it. I cannot wait to see y'all finish product. I am excited. share,
Hold on.
save.
Let's make sure
Okay.
this is actually doing its job. Because I be
Okay. So
making it.
pause. I told you to do a previous video. Click. But okay. Now we change our 2. We're going to double crochet all the way until you get to the chain. Wait for me so I can tell you what to do. Do that. Pause the video if you need to. Anytime. And play again. Take your time. It's not a rush. Alright, so now I'm at this part. I'm entering the chain. You're going to double crochet in each
Or should I
chain
keep going?
all the way across. You don't want to miss
Should I
chain.
keep going?
So we have one right here.
Right
It
now
should be
it's on
23
like this.
chains. Literally each one.
I don't think I'm ready to do that thing yet. I gotta get it a little bit. The forehead, my forehead is this big.
It's hard sometimes.
What am I?
Take your time.
This big.
But you're gonna keep going all the way here. And I'll show you. Remember, pause. Take your time. So
See,
I'm not
I'm
going
missing
like
a few.
like that.
I gotta take this
Once
out.
you go through all of them and you connect to the other side, you're gonna double crochet all the way to the hey. We're at part 8. Okay, so we've already finished the chain. If you are just joining, you need to go back to the first one. And go back and look at share, save, whatever. But okay.
Yeah, I need 2 more rows and she talks about.
Okay, so you pause and did what I told you to do in the previous video. Clip. But okay. Now we change our 2. We're going to double crochet all the way until you get to the chain, and then wait for me so I can tell you what to do. I told you to do in the previous video. Clip. But okay. And go back and look at share, save, whatever.
Then I'm gonna get off this.
Okay. So you pause and did what I told you to do in the previous video. Clip. But okay. Now we change our 2. We're going to double crochet all the way until you get to the chain, and then wait for me so I can tell you what I told you to do. And then you're going to slip stitch. So if you need to pause the video here, pause and complete those rows, and then play the video back. I'm gonna go and do my next 4 rows.
I need it to be
back
lower.
when we finish the 4 rows, so we can start the eye open area. Okay. And by the way, we're not doing 2 double crochets in the first stitch. We're just gonna do 1 double crochet and all the way around. I tend to put a stitch marker on this first row, so that way I know that this is the beginning of my.
I think I know the next, all of the other ones. Because then I just get to that one right there. The slip stitch one, then I'm gonna do 23 because this is the one that does it. Shows me the middle. I'm gonna make sure. Then it will be 23. So slip stitch into 20, then 23. Yes, it was 20. Yep. And then what else? Okay, I think I get it. Let me go until I feel like. Maybe I wanna make a lip hole in one of these. When I make it an all green one, I wanna make it a lip hole. So far. It's coming out huge, but it's gonna work out. I'm gonna make it work out. Oh, I just wanna have a good one to watch. YouTube is treating me not good. Oh, there's Hayes. You have to tell guests that no you. When is after these guests starving? Bowl Bold and Bougie, season 1, episode 1. Okay, my iPad's at 5%, phone's at 29%. Just gonna get this as low as I can until I make the eye look. I just gotta remember half to crochet, half to crochet. And it's 20 and then 22.
I build a flavor guy here. We're talking flavor concentrates and natural flavors. They're one and the same. And at Nature's Flavors, we make all our flavors from plant-based ingredients, like the orange that I'm holding in my hand. So the next time you need a flavor, come to naturesflavors.com naturally.
I was missing, I think, 2 in.
Atlanta is a land of make-believe, where you have your billionaires and millions of associates. Everybody is everybody, but do you really know them?
I am as transparent as they come. I'm just trying to get to know you guys. When it comes to the social circles of women,
It's time we break the social norms of what sisterhood really looks like.
Get up close and personal,
and get to know each other on a deeper level.
Do you ever think that you would date a woman?
I can't. I be acting blind.
Yeah, very slow,
but I'm rich, and I'm very, very successful.
So you can't check me and tell me
I can say that
and who not to bring.
Okay, well then you put me on the invite list, and that's fine.
To keep a sisterhood together, you have to let go of your pride and your ego.
So I lost both of my breasts.
I got to the hospital and my son just was in a really bad shape.
These ladies are rewriting the script and proving that age is nothing but a number.
Refusing to be confined by stereotypes.
Can the who's who of the Atlanta socialites show what a real sisterhood looks like? Because after all, we're bold and bougie, bitch.
Don't say I'm lucky, trying to get it
like me. I'm trying to find a way to say it nicely. See what they need, cause I got it all. When they want another hit, I'm the one they call.
She said when they want another hit, I'm the one they call.
My name is Goshay Hawkins. I have the hottest breakfast spot in Atlanta, Goshay's Breakfast Bar. I'm throwing an event to introduce my pancake and grit line, and I'm inviting all the tastemakers of Atlanta. Atlanta loves a theme.
I think Atlanta parties is a way to show up and show out. It's very much I don't know if the word is socialized scene.
I like Atlanta because Atlanta likes theme parties. Like, Atlanta, we don't do parties. I'm not really into theme parties. When you're trying to bond with people, you have to yes.
You ready? Already.
Till death was part. Well, I can't hear.
I've been Crystal years. I know Crystal's going a lot with her, so I want to personally invite her to get back outside.
Me, myself, and I, you went all the bitches. Hey, all right. My name is Crystal Renee, no longer the Smith. You may know me by my ex-husband and my relationship with him, singer, songwriter, Grammy, actor, so on and so forth, Neo. When I got with my ex-husband, there was a lot of scrutiny and rumors and just a bunch of hateful things for me. I decided to leave my marriage. My ex was cheating. The next man ever God has for me, he will cheat. And if he does, his is gonna be right over there with my ex. People sometimes when they go outside the house live a different life. And once I found out
There's no man that's gonna cheat.
Choice and option for myself
He's got a hair
was to
follicle.
leave.
He's into the hair follicle lady. Cheating.
So, girl, that's how to do all that and the rest of us. She is my stage name. So your ex got you into music, or girl, you know that's funny because the time I ever got in the booth and he laughed at me like, "Girl, please, you're right."